fucked up there's a handful of
Bobby seeing stars and shit.
how funny. What was you thinking?
You are now listening to the Stoned Conservatives podcast.
Oh, fuck no.
Hey everyone, how y'all doing? What's even going on?
Welcome to the show, to the Stone Conservatives podcast. I told you I wasn't going to be coughing on mic this week.
Well, so that was a digital one?
No, that was coughing. I was coughing, but I was not
Dude,
coughing.
I always want to redo that. I didn't even know you were going to do that. Oh well, hi, this is Stone Conservatives.
I'm going to take another dab real quick.
Alright, well. Yeah, I get it. It's like, well, that's interesting. Well, it's like a... I can't even do it because it's like real almost, because I'm looking at you. And it sounds just like you because it is you.
It's pretty brilliant, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it really works. That would actually be pretty good to do on Potential Problems, which you're on, Alan. And you're listening to Stone Conservatives. This is episode 8. And we have a lot to talk about today.
Octomom!
For that intro you just heard, I pretty much had to redo that song. I had to go in there.
Did you keep getting copyright issues?
Yeah, pretty much, because some guy did it, and it was a recording of him, and I figured the song was old enough, but it isn't. So I just went in there, took all the MIDI.
Make it okay to take from people, you know?
Well, they had the MIDI file uploaded. Oh, yeah. So I went in there, took the MIDI file, programmed the instruments that it belongs to, kind of go in there and change some shit around, and voila, it sounds just pretty much like it, right? But it sounds a little angrier and stuff, how I wanted to write it. And for this podcast, if you want to go for it and play that, it's a little Christmas episode. Yeah. What do you think about that? Should we keep that going the whole time, or do you think that's gonna be a little crazy?
Sure, we can do that.
We ought to do it the whole time. That'd be kind of insane. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So I got this copyright. Well, it wasn't a copyright strike. It was just like this little thing on.
Oh, wow, so I have to wear this fucking thing.
How'd you get sick?
I loved a woman who wasn't clean.
Oh yeah, it's from Bad Santa.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
It's real Christmassy.
Yeah, it is. But
you've been warned, people. This is the Christmas episode.
So I got this warning on Facebook. It was about it was basically
under attack.
Jesus, Alan. So it was basically about.
Look for the button.
you let me talk, damn it. I'm gonna go over there and slap you with the sleigh bell.
We were under attack. The page.
Yeah, so we were under attack. They said that the article that I posted, it was from PolitiFact, and they said, and it wasn't from PolitiFact, but they're saying, oh, by the way, this article that you posted from Gateway Pundit, we fact-checked it from PolitiFact, so we just want to let you know you shouldn't be sharing probably false articles. So, and that article just came out, and it was about the whole, that lady with the Roy Moore's signature, and she wrote an extra thing on it, and she finally admitted it, like on video, on camera, everything. She said, yeah, I added it to it. It wasn't real, basically.
So Facebook's trying to pull some shit.
Yeah. So they're telling me that
just so you know, there's alternative facts coming.
Yeah, you better not do that. But at the same time, that was a real article, straight even from Fox News was doing it. It was all over FCC commercial air. Like, you know, people would get in trouble if they're sharing such crap like that, and it probably does happen every now and then. But it was a real thing. It was real, and it was telling me, hey, don't do that. So. Yeah, that was retarded. So, oh yeah, and I'm using that word, by the way. I'm not politically correct. Oh no, I know this is edgy ass show here. But do I have any Trump buttons?
Let's see. Hold on, I'm looking for the shots. Shots fired.
Shots fired. Yeah, I like that.
I heard it's retarded or something.
Yeah, so exactly. So let's start off with this. If you want to go into it,
Jump right in.
77% increase in New Mexico's marijuana program. That's awesome. Like
So that's what, 19,000 or so people?
Yeah. Well, 19,650 were added, and it just reached 45,347 as of November 30th. So that's really, really cool. And you know, I encourage more people to do it. You know, I saw this thing that was going on. I think it was at the Green Jeans place. Have you seen that?
It sounds like a really strict dress code, right?
Just Green Jeans. No. You know that area down there? It's like on the highway, and it's
Yeah.
and they
By Rudy's.
They took
Bunch of shipping containers and call it a restaurant and a brewery.
It's basically South Park's a shitty paw town.
Shitty Pot Town.
Shitty paw town, yeah. So we always do the shitty pot of town. But I mean, honestly, I've never been there, and I'm wanting to start attending these
Place
things.
is always busy.
But they were recently talking about the adding more things to the medical cannabis program, like, hey, maybe veterans should get it, people with opioid addictions should get on it. Tremor, you know, like, what do you call that disease? Parkinson's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're wanting all that on there. And and arthritis, I think, and carpal tunnel. So that's awesome. Like, please do. And
My great-grandfather was killed while digging in a carpal tunnel. The caves collapsed, and he was lost.
he should have had his medical marijuana
There was no
card.
unions. There was no unions at the time either. Well, they would have fired him.
Oh, because of it?
He wouldn't have been able to bring home the bread and the bacon.
Well, I heard, or at least I read somewhere, that you can't fire someone that's on that program after you drug test them, because then it's discrimination, because people, you know, take pills and opioids, so it's not really fair. Oh, boom, we got a boom sound effect. Hell yeah. So I'm gonna have to send you some soundboard stuff, and we'll get this all popping. Alan over here is like a genius. He's just pulling up sounds like a wizard over here. Like what?
That's not the right one.
That's like some space shit. Right? Yeah, like a wizard space shit.
Who puts an intro sound effect to a sound effect video clip? Who
Yeah.
does that?
Well, what?
I'll tell you who.
You are lying. I never hit you.
I can't wait to see that movie. By the way,
I love that.
Disaster Artist.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. You know, we should take the ladies out together, maybe, because she's your wife's been dying.
Well,
for
no,
this double date.
No, it's because you guys suggested it, and then it kept never happening. So she's like, "Oh, I just want to see how this works."
We're just slow, and I barely I see her like maybe 3 or 4 times out of the week, you know. So it's like I can, you know, and she's has a kid too, so here I wanted to talk about this too. Did you hear about the suicide of Dan Johnson?
Dan Johnson, no.
He was like a representative.
No.
So he was this Republican from Kentucky, and he was under investigation for allegedly sexually molesting a 17-year-old girl, and then he committed suicide on that Wednesday. So, geez. So basically, a bunch of liberals on Twitter were saying some very, 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 very disgusting shit, and basically saying like Roy Moore should follow his example. So you were about the Roy Moore thing.
Well, do you really think Twitter shaming is only politically driven? Like it's only one side or another?
No,
in this case,
well, people shouldn't be saying like, "Hey, you should go die."
I mean, it's
That's
you know,
kinda
it should be enough that he lost the election due to due to all that scandal shit.
Well,
that should be enough for people, but I mean, it's pretty unreasonable for any side to go past that and then try to shame people into hopefully killing themselves.
Well, even then, you shouldn't be doing that as like saying it's That's like assisted suicide, isn't it? Like legally. Oh yeah. It's ring ding ding a ling, blow my head off. I don't know, Jesus. You want me to do little bits now?
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Ring ding a ling, blow my head off. That's pretty good.
What was it? Ted Bundy or whatever it was? Who is it? That other guy that killed himself right in front of a bunch of people? Like, it was some political guy?
No, it's Arbud Dwyer. Ted Bundy was a murderer.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm on that. It's like, it's a bunch of crazy white people killing or blowing themselves up, So,
I'm trying to do a thing. I'm waiting for the ho 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 to happen.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, if we're definitely gonna do a lot more time.
Santa's doing a drive-by.
No, it wasn't. It was. Might have been a. You know how that guy got shot twice in the back of the head from the Clinton Foundation or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened right there. Ching, ching, yeah, so some people were actually suspecting, even on my feed, that it could have been assisted. Like maybe it was driven by the Clinton Foundation or something to go kill himself or something. This almost wants to maybe even dip into the Pizzagate sauce right now.
The Pizzagate sauce?
Yeah. Well, because Trump's been doing this heavy investigation of sex trafficking and stuff like that. And the second wind got out, I guess he was having sex and stuff with a minor, perhaps. Like, I'm just speculating here. Maybe, just maybe, this is all starting to tie up along with the government. Just how, there was like 300 kids that was rescued out of like, I think California and Arizona, and like, geez. And this 800 children, no, 800, I wish, right? 800,000 children go missing every year.
Yeah, but not all of those. Like, it's more than likely that, at least more than half of those are legitimate, like just random kidnappings and kids running away and that kind of shit.
Well, I saw that there's statistics saying like basically like only 2 or 10% of them only get recovered.
Yeah.
So,
it just depends.
It's
the technology is advancing. It's tougher for people to actually get away in an amount of time where people are going to get lost.
Yeah, well, I was going to jump into this. Did you see the Alabama voter fraud? No. Since we're floating around the Kentucky of Alabama area. Speaking of Kentucky, I don't think he's listening to the show. Eventually we'll get so big, right? But my girlfriend's making this gift basket, and she had me go into KFC and just be like, hi, I want to order 1 bucket, please. Just the bucket, no sauce, anything, whatever. If the foil has KFC stuff on it, throw it in there. And basically they let me. Dude, I gotta really quit saying basically.
Yeah.
Hey,
well, you like boiling it down for people.
Hey, you know what? I'm like, it's like an addiction. You gotta admit it. It's the first start of a problem, and then you admit, like, hey, maybe I am saying basically too much, and then eventually you'll get rid of it, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
There was an episode of the podcast where John tried of potential problems where John tried not saying and he kept it made him talk very slowly. It was very interesting.
Well, with that bucket at KFC that we got, if you're wondering why, we are using it as a gift basket for a Christmas gift. So it'd be really, really funny. And the guy's from Kentucky, so we got that Alabama thing. How is they bringing up fake things?
It's fake.
Dude, there's a clip of a guy.
Did voters in Alabama special Senate election get caught multiple times with fake IDs? The answer is no. The state secretary office received no such report.
It wasn't that they got caught with it. It was people admitting it. Watch, I'll play it on my phone.
Because we came here all the way from different parts of the country as part of our fellowship, and all of us pitched in to vote and canvass together, and we got our boy elected. Let's go! Jim!
So did you happen to hear that?
I heard that they traveled. The made-up story ran under a headline that said breaking. Oh, wait, never mind. I don't want to read that one. Caught voting multiple times with fake IDs and suggested that the outcome of the election was in question, and it's not. The false story began by claiming the FEC has announced that it may have to recommend invalidating more than 60,000 votes from the Birmingham area and the Alabama Secretary of State.
Well, you know why? Because overall they're suspecting that whole election there could have been set up and rigged and stuff. But there's someone that's just shouting, going basically, hey, we came all the way out here and we voted again and again and we want him to win and we did it, basically.
Anybody can say that. Any group of people can say that, though.
Yeah.
I like this other part of it. It says, the made-up story later uses a quote it claims was posted on the conservative news site Breitbart, but the quote did not actually appear on that site, and the link provided goes to a picture of donkey poop.
Oh. What site is this? Factcheck.org? It almost sounds like some troll-ass site. Be like, you know what? We need something better than Snopes, and it's just a troll.
The story originated on a website called Reagan Was Right, which describes itself as a satirical and includes a disclaimer that says everything on this website is fiction. There we go. It was the I hate taking steam out of it like that, but, you know, voter fraud is some serious shit.
Well, I'm sure, you know, right now it's just speculation and accusations right now. But it's not like they haven't done this before, man. Like, they do.
Oh, yeah,
this.
voter fraud can happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, do you want me to read that suicide note that the guy did, the representative from Kentucky?
I don't want to read a suicide note.
Want to make it all sad? You want to go down there?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
It doesn't sound a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We don't have to do that. See, that's why the show, that could be what we called a buzzkill, all right?
Should we hop into shout-outs?
Yeah, let's do a shout-out.
Shout-out!
Shout-outs to Chris Crandall? I guess Chris Crandall. Hell yeah, man.
That's for you.
That's our shout-outs. I guess we're going to start doing that.
That's a shout-out sound.
And congratulations, man. You're our first shout-out. So, yeah, man. Thanks for listening. I'm
going to be sparing with the skulls.
That's good. I got to write that down. We got to start doing more of that.
The skull shout-out?
Yes, the skull.
The skull shout-out. That's the segment. Skull shout-out.
Yeah, I can't even do... I'm just shout-outs. I can't say that word. Say it.
Skull shout out.
Skull
shout out.
All right. That was your that was your shout out, man.
There you go.
No, seriously, like, I want that to be a permanent thing, and you're a first one, so thank you. And he's been sharing our podcasts around, man. Like, he really started liking our stuff. So hell yeah, man. Thank you for listening, man.
So take that skull and enjoy it.
Yeah, and your first one. Like, that's really sweet. And shout out also, I think her name's Amy King. I think that's her name. Yeah. She's really awesome too. She's always there, like, in the page and following up and commenting and stuff like that.
So you think she's listening?
Oh yeah, for sure. So if you're out there listening and stuff, comment. Let us know you're listening. Like it, share it to your friends too. You know, and let's get this shout out thing rolling. And
you want to grant that skull?
Yeah, and then eventually, what if we have so many people wanting to do a shout out that it's like we have to do an extra 30 minutes.
We have to
shout-outs.
establish some rules. Is the skull thing a one person per episode thing, or is the skull thing just a shout out thing?
We'll do a weekly shout out thing.
So a weekly skull?
Yeah.
Okay, weekly skull.
Because the show's pretty much weekly. I'm trying to make it bi-weekly.
Episodely skull.
Yeah. Hopefully we can do this bi-weekly. I'm going to get a spot, hopefully, here in town, man. I was thinking about possibly trying to link it up to the iPad, or maybe we can borrow your Zoom or something, and I can put some of the soundproofing over there on the walls probably safely. And we can have like a little radio recording area, at least. Like, it'd be really dead quiet and stuff like that. And I mean, this spot's really nice too, but maybe if it's like bi-weekly stuff, maybe you can help me do these things.
Bi-weekly, that means it likes guys and girls.
Yeah, I was trying to throw that out. I kept saying bi-weekly
throughout the week.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bi-weekly. All right, so we got the bike lock guy, the lock guy from the Antifa professor. He's about to get his pre-trial date. I think it's actually.
What did he do?
Oh, you know what he did? So this guy at a rally, like a little protest that was going on. I believe it was here. I could. So here, let me just read this. Eric Clanton, a professor of philosophy, ethics, and critical thinking at Diablo Valley College, was arrested.
Sounds spicy.
Yeah, in May for using a bike lock to beat 3 people senseless during a free speech rally at Berkeley in April this year. Yeah, I figured it was in Berkeley.
Oh.
So police acknowledged that they caught Clanton with the aid of internet activists, aka, and this isn't in there, what we call weaponized autism. So shout outs to 4chan. They eventually managed to find the guy, just how they did with the damn flag with the Shalabo. You know, they ended up finding it. So, like, using, like, what do? They use, like astro, like, measurement.
They measured the stars.
Yeah, man. Like, that's insane. Like, yeah.
They plotted planes in the sky and clouds.
So the internet activists, or, you know, the autists,
by the way, they used to be known as Anonymous. I think that kind of fell apart. They lost credibility.
They caught the suspect behind several violent assaults at the Civic Center Park on Martin Luther King Jr. Way. 3 people received what
that's
police...
a hate crime then.
I
Because
guess
it's on that street.
I wonder if you could. Police refer to it as a significant injuries as a result of the assaults. And yeah, that guy was bleeding pretty bad. Like, I don't know if you want to play the clip. I mean,
no.
Yeah, I mean, he got
looks
hit.
like he's got a dent in his head.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad.
That reminds me of this picture that I saw. It was of a Muay Thai fighter who took an elbow to the forehead and his skull fractured. So there was just this big ass dent in the middle of his forehead.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna try to look that up real quick.
Jeez. Well, so you're into UFC and mixed martial arts now, right?
Yeah.
And you're doing kickboxing?
Yeah.
How often?
Check this out.
Oh my god! Oh my god! So
it just looks like an ice cream scoop out of the middle of his forehead.
So you must have did this recently.
It was from an elbow.
Oh man.
Well, that's not what it was. Well,
yeah, you didn't do it.
But yeah, that also happened to Cyborg Santos.
Wow. Yeah, he's just showing me pictures here. I know it's mostly audio. We'll do visual stuff eventually, but man. Yeah.
But Cyborg Santos's one was from a knee.
Yeah, it just shows a huge dent right in his forehead, like almost like his third eye is well woke. Like this guy is what they say, woke
AF.
He's woke AF, man. Yeah, so yeah, that's
pretty brutal.
Really bad. Oh wow, there's even a picture, like an X-ray or so on other ones, like how it would look. Like as a that's his X-ray. Yeah. Oh, that's his X-ray.
Yeah, his skull's fucking crushed in those areas.
It looks. Have you ever, like, when you started?
It's part of his ocular bone around his eye, all the way to pretty much the other one, and then about an inch or two above.
His head is shaped like an egg. Like,
that's rude.
Well,
he's
it
bald.
is. Well, hey, mine is too. And it looks like that part, right? Yeah.
Somebody photoshopped a baseball in one of them.
Well, it looked like the beginning stages of when you started tapping, like, on a plate or like the little frying pan, when you start cracking the egg a little bit, like with your, maybe you flicked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see if there's a video for this one, but because this one was from an elbow.
Man, it
was a French fighter. They put a titanium plate in his skull where the bone collapsed.
You know what he's gonna need, and hopefully, if he's in New Mexico,
he's gonna need some Advil.
No, Alan, he's gonna need the
that.
medical cannabis.
He might.
You know what I learned today recently, and I wanted to talk about this too.
He kept fighting.
Did you know that the Bayer company invented heroin? Like, technically, like they
didn't invent heroin. Heroin's a plant.
Well, they didn't. Like, the plant is poppy or
You're poppy, opium.
Opium, yeah. But actual heroin, they invented it.
You're going to have to come at me with some proof, and now's not the time to look it up.
I heard it on Coast to Coast.
Oh, God, of course. You're going to quote everything from Coast to Coast just because caller Dave hated the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout outs to Dave when we did that. Honestly, looking back, that was really fun. I really wish I could get out there more on the radio stuff, like in the future. Or not there, but maybe another place like where I can, maybe even start our own
place
station.
that'll have a legit contract.
Well, I'm hoping to get my small business going, and then eventually I can maybe borrow a loan with good credit and maybe get my own station out here, man. Like, I really would love to do that. So I was going to talk about this too. This was pretty shocking. Well, it's not shocking because I would probably expect it by now, but I could imagine if you were walking by the aisles of Walmart and then you're like, oh, let's pick out a nice tree, honey, or if you're with your kids, and then next thing you know, you look over and it's Walmart was selling a weed marijuana leaf Christmas tree. That's what the title is. So
here it is, Walmart.com.
Oh wow, he actually
Well, that's
$90.
supposed to be the Japanese maple tree.
Oh, that's some nice ass maple tree, and then it's a Christmas tree apparently.
Well, actually, this might be a different one.
Yeah, so maybe they didn't have it. So here it is. Walmart is selling a weed marijuana leaf Christmas tree this holiday season, or it was before the retailer pulled the tree from its website.
There it is.
The Kansas City Star reports. Yeah, there's the article right there.
Has a bow on top.
Oh my God! Honestly, please, people, let's start a Patreon or something, and we can
$250.
$250.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It is almost worth it, and I bet you a lot of people were going for it. And they should just have it. Let it happen. You know what they have?
I would not trust
they have
that.
on sale at places. They got barrels that show alcohol. Right? So what's this? If it's in Denver or something, but this one was, I guess, I don't know where it would be at Kansas. I guess if they reported it.
Yeah. It says Walmart also sells marijuana leaf cookie cutters, which not specifically geared towards Christmas can certainly be used to make Christmas cookies.
Well, it's just Kansas City here, so it could be Kansas City at
KC Mo.
KC, yeah, it could be over there. Not actual Arkansas, right? So, or it could actually be in Kansas. I believe they have a little small Kansas City over there, if I'm not mistaken. But so they were selling that. That is really cool. But they pulled it, I guess. But they're
controversial.
For me, it would be kind of shocking if I saw that, because I would be like, oh wow, like. But at the same time, I'd be like, well, they can't have this out here if we're treating it like an alcohol now or something.
Yeah,
or medically.
Then why can't they advertise it like they can advertise alcohol? It's fine.
Put it on the storefront. Like, they could put it on their website. I don't know why. Well, I guess it was on the website, but it wouldn't be on the storefront, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So I guess I wouldn't see it there on the aisles, but could you imagine if you walked by and you saw one of those? I would actually probably buy it, though.
Yeah, because, you could walk through, like, the meat aisle, and there's, stacks of 30 packs of beer.
Yeah, okay, so even then, that's just retarded. They should allow it to have that on the website.
Yeah, treat it the same.
Yeah, so why not? And I'm sure there's probably syringes or some bullshit on there. I bet you.
I don't want to have to explain to my kid what this is. Well, you're a lazy parent.
Yeah, I have diabetes, so I'm sure you do. Yeah. So let's look at this right here. You got it already pulled up. That's nice, man. So this dispensary out here in Denver, I've actually been to this place at one point. I think you and I did. I'm pretty sure. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? At least maybe we looked it up.
It doesn't. Well, might have looked it up.
It was in Denver, right? It sounds.
Well, yeah, Denver has a lot of dispensaries.
I tell people all the time. I'm like, they have more dispensaries out there than Starbucks and McDonald's probably combined, and they don't believe me. They don't believe me. Do you believe me? Seriously, they really do. Like, they have a ton.
They have a lot of locations.
So we stayed over out more by...
oh my God, look at all those locations.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think we actually might have gone to... holy man.
But we probably didn't go to the one they raided.
See, that's how
1,
small
2,
businesses
3,
should
4,
be.
5.
How many of that? Just on a little small, like, 20-mile radius?
9.
9.
10.
10. Okay. So that's how small business should be. It should be small, kept, not the colossal mega corporation probably. But if you want to be a mega corporation pot thing, and I wouldn't, I know they're going that route. I saw something over in Arizona where they're saying about that, where that they didn't want dispensaries like small businesses popping up. They wanted it to be state regulated businesses.
Yeah.
So that's pretty dumb. They should let the small businesses grow and let them advertise and do the thing. Anyways,
they made it clear that there no other dispensaries were targeted in the Denver police raid, and that this incident is Colorado specific. But they closed down all of their locations.
All of them. So what happened at the Sweet Leaf recently? They got raided. Here, let me get the article here. In what is being called a accumulation of a year-long culmination. I thought it was culmination. Culmination. I think that's right. Of a culmination of a year-long investigation into illegal distribution of marijuana. The Denver Police Department and several partnering agencies excluded search and arrest warrants at 8 Denver area Sweet Leaf marijuana center locations. 12 people were also arrested. So, if they're pleading guilty on that, the 12 suspects arrested, it said 8, their line is arrested in the operation are being held for illegal distribution of marijuana. The suspects' names, booking photos, and arrest documents are not currently available for release as the operation and booking process are still underway. So,
that's weird.
So they're held there, pretty much jailed. But
like, were they giving people extra amounts than they were, bigger amounts than they were supposed to give them?
What they could have been doing is slipping them and telling people, "Hey, I'll sell you more than an ounce," and just keep coming back in the store. Or because you know how we go out there and they restrict.
But that's not illegal.
Yeah, it is. So if it's if we're going out there because we're in New Mexico, if we go out there to Denver and we hang out, right, and go to the dispensaries, we can only get up to an ounce
at each dispensary,
right? But and
you can only carry a certain amount on you at a time legally. However, it's not illegal for you to go in again and buy again.
Well, they were probably telling
unless it's this much per person per day, which I don't know if that's what the law says.
Well, they had to been slipping under the table and stuff, or telling people, "Hey, we'll sell you more than an ounce. Just don't tell your homie or whatever." And they probably got caught, and they were investigating. So you know how long it was over a year long, right?
Yeah.
So they had been going in and out, and just seeing who it is and stuff like that. So that was. So at the same time, you shouldn't lock up people like that, I guess. Maybe if it was pretty bad, what if it was like a illegal gang cartel like behavior? I guess I would understand that. But that might have been even workers in there. Like, what if it was just someone like me, like working in the grow dispensary or like in the...
You'd be a part of it.
Yeah, and what if I didn't...
Part of the risk.
What if I didn't even know? What if I didn't even know? And that's how tight.
What?
If they were selling it to illegal or
well, yeah, but that wouldn't be your problem.
Criminally.
I don't know. It's what lawyers are for.
Yeah, but now you're locked in there and losing your job and apartment and your cat's fucking starving and shit. Yeah, so that's nice. This morning, Sweet Leaf was surprised to receive notification from the Department of Excise and license suspending all of our city licensing in the city and county of Denver. It is unclear at this point exactly what actions, if any, Sweet Leaf took to cause the city to issue this order. Sweet Leaf is cooperating with the authorities to resolve the issue and hopes to have all of their stores back in operation as soon as possible. So yeah, they must have just scooped them up. And they just say, "Yep, you're gonna stay here for a while." And that's also taxpayer dollars that you're paying for a little bit, just a little bit, if you're in Denver and Colorado. So that's real nice. So yeah, I just want to go over that, and that's pretty damn shocking. There's two shocking things. One, if I were to walk by and saw a Christmas tree a Christmas tree at Wal-Mart, if I'm just minding my own business and I start hearing sleigh bells, and the next thing you know, I look over and I see a Christmas pot plant, I think I would definitely buy it.
Well, that's good. It would make me want to definitely buy one.
Where are we at on the time?
It's about time.
All right, well, let's go out with that. I think that'd be a good outro right now. Oh, did someone ask something, or they just tag us? Or tag someone? All right, hey, shout out to Chris. I just saw the message here. We're doing the show live, but not live.
Pre-record.
Yeah, it's like pre-recorded, but we're doing it live right now. We're not robots just saying shit like the news. Anyways, let's go out with the Christmas music. I think that'd be actually really great.
Okay.
Cool, man. All right, so we got Alabama voter fraud. We got Walmart selling weed Christmas trees. We got the Antifa guy locked up, right? Lock him up. Hashtag lock her up. 77% increase in New Mexico's marijuana program. Hell yeah, and Texas, I mean, is about to legalize it and have shit medically. They're about to become probably a new Colorado. Yeah, just like that. I smoke, and I love Trump. Exactly. And I love those people too, man. This guy. This was Stone Conservatives. I'm Cam.
Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas.